We all have gone through some bad experiences in our past, like a toxic relationship, a betrayal, a setback, or anything else that every time you're thinking about it makes you feel down and angry. So the question here is that, is it technically possible to let go of something that happened to us in the past and hurt us terribly? And today I got 3 tips to share with you on how to let go and leave the past to where it belongs to. See, our memory is an incredibly complicated system that people are still trying to figure out how it works. The biggest problem of letting go of something is that we can't really eliminate a neuron, but we can disengage and weaken it by paying less attention to it, so that there is no activity around that area of your brain. So here's how the 3 tips work. The tip number 1, remove all the reminders. This is the easiest step. You must remove all the reminders and triggers such as pictures, business papers, letters, and anything that reminds you of that horrible experience or event. That's why we hear this all the time. People's advising us to get rid of the things that simply bring you back to those old days. Remember this, out of sight, out of mind. Tip number 2, don't talk about it. Here the things get slightly harder because we cannot live a positive life with a negative mouth that keeps talking about something bad that happened to us in the past. Every time you talk about it, we activating the neurons, and doing so makes it impossible to be forgotten. It's like we're trying to dry a piece of cloth, but we keep spraying water on it. It will never get dry. I know we usually feel better by talking to others, and getting help from mental health professionals and therapists will definitely help, but continue talking about it with everybody we meet. It might just feel good for a moment and it seems like healing, but the truth is that we are not doing ourselves any favor by revisiting a painful subject or experience again and again. It's just refreshing old memories. So here's the tip number 3. Don't think about it. This is by far the hardest step, and we all know how memories come to our heads and play like a movie. We go through our justification and frustration, how we wish we did something differently, and by the time we get to the end of the movie, we are fully depressed and the neurons are fully activated. One of the best solutions is through voluntary memory suppression, which means as soon as it begins, we practice consciously shutting down our bad memory. In other words, change the channel in our mind and go back to present. We need to learn to not dwell on anything we literally have zero control over. A few ways to do that is by playing some music, start singing, calling a friend, or talking about something that has nothing to do with that memory, or just having a conversation with our family members about how work was, or playing with the kids and engaging in a conversation with them. Mel Robbins, in her book, The 5-Second Rule, spoke about a quick but productive way to count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go, and then step toward a fresh action. She said you have to shift physically within 5 seconds, like standing up or leaving the room. It is all about consciously avoiding going to those specific neurons and never looking back. So the key point here is that neurons may never get deleted from our brain, but we can outgrow the neurons and become a stronger person, so that the unwelcome memory does not hurt us anymore. So to summarize it, number 1, remove all the reminders that might trigger that bad memory. Number 2, don't talk about it so we don't refresh the memory. Number 3, don't think about it so the memory gets weaker and we get stronger. Remember this, life is too short and the grudges are a waste of perfect happiness. Let go of what you can't change. Being angry and holding grudges at someone hurts only you. Remember, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. Forgiving means accepting that it happened and get stronger. Perfect happiness. Happiness.